I love the fact that since I started speaking about this issue alongside with other content creators, there has been significant pushback on social media. People are basically calling it out, and we are noticing that things are starting to slowly change. And the issue is that in the gaming industry in the West, as well as the entertainment industry as a whole, there is a very fringe yet proeminent group of consultants. And these consultants make hundreds of thousands of dollars by leeching on to various corporations and injecting their ideology and their bias into the corporation's product, most of the time at the detriment to the corporation itself. Now, one of the things that they are doing, and they're very open about it, is inclusivity. And what this means in their version of inclusivity is making every single female character androgynous. They are open about the fact that they want pronouns in every single video game. They are open about the fact that they do not want to use the word woman anymore, and they want to use the word body type A or body type B. And you can also see when a female character is played by a motion capture actress that there are significant changes that are made deliberately in order to make the character more androgynous, in order to make the character look like an ugly liberal woman. And these changes are usually having to do with broader shoulders, female characters that are made more muscular, aged up like they're on hormone therapy. And more importantly, the jawline is the most obvious thing, where they have jawlines that Bruce Campbell would want to have. And it's getting so bad to the point that the AI itself is unable to recognize whether the character is supposed to be female or male. And this is exactly the point. Like, they want everything to be androgenized. The whole idea is that if everything looks like a woman plus in games, it becomes normalized. And then people will say, well, this is how things are. And again, whether or not this is true, or whether or not this will happen or not, this is what the consultants want. And they're very vocal about this. Like, they go to various game dev conferences, they go to various spaces, and they talk about what they want to accomplish. Like, this is not a secret, it's not a conspiracy theory. Many content creators have covered it. Now, in order to troll these people, what I like to do is to go online and say that the female characters are ugly. Because there is some truth to it. Like, if you look at how female characters were made 10 years ago in the same industry, there is a night and day difference. And in many cases, when a game gets a remake, you get to notice how the old character looked like, and that the new character is, unironically, being androgenized. Now, what's interesting is that there are activists on Twitter, whether they're corporate shills or not, I do not know, but they want to support this. Like, they unironically want more androgynous characters in video games. In fact, every single video game, they would prefer if female characters looked androgynous. So they get absolutely enraged when you say that the characters are ugly. But the thing is, like, they are objectively ugly, so they can't really defend them. And what they do instead is they try to attack the person complaining. They go for the shock value. And what they do is that they either call the person a coomer, right? So, like, they're trying to use shame and stigma. And again, these people are leftists, right? Like, they are part of the woke ideology, which not only thinks that being a slut in public is virtuous, but also attack people that criticize that behavior. However, in a different context, they will become the most puritanical people imaginable and suggest that if you want to find female characters in a video game attractive, you're a coomer. So it's those individuals, and they have been trying this for a while, but unfortunately it's not working. So now, unironically, they will use the pedo argument in order to attack people. And again, like, this is an argument to shock people into submission, right? Like, shock people into silence, put them on the defensive. It's the same thing, like, 6 years ago, they would call people racist, sexist, misogynistic, whatever, in order to just shut up and let the activists do their job unopposed. And I have an example here of what I mean. Now, this particular character was released earlier. I haven't played the original game. I've no idea where she is coming from. But what I do know is that she didn't look masculine at the beginning. However, in the remake, she got like one of the strongest jawlines that I have ever witnessed in my life. I mean, the Californian manly jawline industrial complex is hard at work, and this is probably one of their finest product. Now, a different YouTuber, a different content creator by the name of Sile, which deals in similar content that I do, but he usually likes to make funny rap songs, and yeah, he is an interesting guy, used AI in order to ask the artificial intelligence to make the character more feminine. Now, the artificial intelligence doesn't really have many examples of feminine characters in video games from the West in the last 5 or 6 years. So it used, more of an Asian approach, I suppose. And as you can see, all of these individuals, they unironically believe that the character is childlike now. Like, they're looking at the character on their right and they're seeing a 6-year-old. And this is absolutely insane, because if you go on Western gaming in the past, and you look at some of the characters that we had less than 10 years ago in some cases, I mean, they look like this. And all of these characters are over the age of 18, both story-wise, as well as the motion capture actors that play them, and they look a lot more younger than what the AI came up with on the right. So there are only 2 explanations that I have for this, which is, number one, they are disingenuous and they are going for the shock value. It's like, no, you will not have feminine features in video games. And if you insist that you want feminine features in video games, we are going to shock you into submission. Right? You must be a Khmer, you must be a pedophile, you must be all of these things. It's simply not the fact that you notice there is an agenda being pushed and you're finding it creepy, weird, and you want it to stop. Or at least you want people that are pushing the agenda to be honest about what they are doing. And in some cases, they actually are. Like, they are coming out of the woodwork and they are saying, yeah, like, this is what we are trying to do in the industry. Like, we are actually trying to push for this, and it's a good thing. So some of them are honest with that, and I appreciate it. But others are disingenuous, or maybe the only time that they looked fit, maybe the only time that they looked as if they're in shape was when they were minors. And after that, they grew older, they left their household, and they started gorging themselves on food and American consumerism, and they became something which is more like the picture on the left. I don't know. I don't know, but it is very bizarre, and I even had to ask ChatGPT, like, what is the age of the character on the right? And even ChatGPT is like, yeah, no, it's over the age of 18. Like, it's so obvious, like, this is not even a gray area. It's not even, like, something that you would be like, huh, well, I guess, I kind of see it that way, because, again, it's fictional, right? Like, it's not real, so you can make the argument, like, okay, maybe some people see it like that, but no, it's so obvious that it's a mature woman on the right. Now, again, I'm not saying it's perfect or anything, like, this is just an AI representation for the sake of the argument, but you get to see how these individuals react and how disingenuous they are. And this is why so many of us do it, is to expose the lengths that they are willing to go to in order to defend their ideology. And this is 100% ideological, by the way. Like, they do not care about video games. They do not care if the studio sells or if the studio goes bankrupt. Like, I don't like the fact that Rocksteady Studio went bankrupt. This is what they don't get. This is why I get emotional. I actually enjoy my hobbies. I'm very passionate about my hobbies. I would have preferred to play another Batman game. I would have preferred if Rocksteady didn't go bankrupt. And I would have preferred if Rocksteady kept putting out good quality content. But unfortunately, with this activist, it doesn't seem that it's possible. People just do not want to buy the stuff. And, this is probably why so many people are turning to anime and Eastern entertainment. It's because, well, the West is refusing to provide what the market is willing to pay for. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.